Hello everyone, welcome back. This video is being made for two reasons. One is to show you guys this pretty cool game called Polyfauna. It's it's been around for a while. It's not new, but I just recalled it the other day randomly and thought it would be a perfect game to make an ASMR video with. So here we are with Polyfauna. The other reason for this video is just to kind of give you guys a general update. But let's get the game started, and I can give you the update while we are cruising through this game. So, as some of you may have noticed, well, not a big deal, but my channel recently reached 500 subscribers, which is like, it's a pretty cool number to be at. And I'll have like an actual 500 subscriber special at some point soon. I have a game that we're gonna play, another play along game. I think for the last video that I did a special, I think it was it my 50 subscriber special? I think it might have been 50, either 50 or 100, which is a while ago. But a lot of people really seem to enjoy the game that we played, the Rorschach kind of Inkblot game. So, yeah, I have a different game that we're gonna give a try. I think it'll be good. But I guess in general, for the update, I don't really have too much to really like announce. I mostly just wanted to acknowledge that my channel has been, pretty sporadic, and I know that my videos have been kind of all over the place. Like, I'm not very consistent with the types of videos that I've been making, and or the frequency either. So I generally just wanted to like acknowledge that and thank you guys. I mean, welcome my new subscribers, but I especially wanted to thank my old subscribers who've stuck around despite my sort of variation and kind of just being all over the place with what I'm doing. I mean, I'm kind of just still in this place where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because I feel like that's really important, for me to be able to hone in on things that I actually enjoy making. But it's also important, obviously, to consider what sticks as far as the viewership goes, what you know, the ASMR viewers enjoy. So it's sort of, you know, trying to find that compromise, that middle ground. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and you know, I'm still working it out. You know, I've kind of come to the realization that I don't want to make a channel that is solely about, you know, catering to, you know, the viewers' preferences. That's just not, you know, it's not the kind of relationship that I want to have with my viewership. You know, not that I mind suggestions or ideas or requests in general. It's, you know, I enjoy hearing people's ideas, and, you know, it can be inspiring. But that's just kind of not who I am. To be quite frank with you, I'm not that kind of person that wants to cater to other people. You know, I want this channel to be for me just as much as it is for those who are, you know, enjoying the content that I'm making, you know. So I'm still trying to find what it is, you know, what I want to do as an ASMR artist, as a content creator. So I appreciate those of you who stuck around while I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm getting a better idea, for sure. I'm getting a better idea of what I want to do. For example, these let's play type games I'm doing quite a few of those recently, and I really enjoy making the let's play videos. So I definitely intend to keep making more of these. You know, I figure if I just focus on doing what I actually enjoy, then that will attract people who enjoy the same things, who appreciate those same things. I guess that's basically, you know, part of my objective with this channel and what I want to create, and the type of relationship I want to have with my subscribers, and the types of viewers that I want to attract, you know, ones who enjoy the same things I enjoy. Really. So it's a win-win, you know. It's like a compromise in a way, you know. And like, I understand the reality of that is that, you know, my viewership might dwindle, or you know, even like regress, but you know, so be it. Numbers are just numbers. So I guess we can talk about this little game we've been sort of playing. So I think it's pretty obvious that this game, Polyfauna, is there's not really much of like an objective. It's really more based in just kind of having an experience, you know, or exploration a little bit. Most of the environments, you know, your ability to interact is limited. But the way that you move through these spaces, oh, there's a face over there. I want to go towards the face. I wonder if these faces are the faces of the band members. Radiohead. Radiohead was, you know, took part in creating this game. This one kind of looks like Tom York a bit, I guess. But you move through. You're sort of just. You generally move at a slow pace forward. You don't have to move yourself forward, but you can direct yourself by holding up the iPad and looking around the room. You know, you sort of are looking around through. Yeah, so you move yourself around by just actually holding the iPad up and moving it, looking around the room, moving it up, moving it down, left to right, and it goes 360 degrees. Actually, whatever the three-dimensional version of 360 degrees is, because you can look, it's like an entire sphere. There's actually a formula for that. I can't remember what it is, but so we seem to have hit a dead spot. Oh no, here we go. Okay. Sometimes you hit the edge of the map and it has to like kind of reset you back to a new place, but whatever 300, because 360 degrees is talking about a circle, which is a flat object, right? The circumference of a circle, right? Or like a 360 degree view would be simply like looking at a horizon going all the way around you, but not necessarily actually seeing up and down as well. So I actually wonder what mathematically would be the correct term, because it wouldn't be 360. It would be like 360 degrees times like pi cubed or something. I don't know, whatever. It's something like that. Like pi times something squared or to the power, to the third power or something. I don't know, whatever. I looked it up at one point and I completely forgot what it was, but I'm sure you all have the ability to Google that if you care. And I think this is, oh yeah, okay. So I don't know if you can tell, but so there's this little glowy ball that comes around, and when you look at it, it can tell that you're looking at it, and it approaches you. And if you keep looking at it, it eventually collides with your face and transitions you into a new environment. So here we are. Anyway, I got sidetracked here. So there's several different environments that you can explore. In this game, there's probably like, let's say like 6 or 7 maybe. And in some of them you can interact a little bit, like you can draw shapes or stuff like that. And in some of them you have little to no real interaction. It's besides just steering yourself through the spaces. the shapes that are just kind of appearing, not approaching from a distance, but that are just kind of appearing, those are the shapes that I'm drawing with my finger in this new space. So this is another one where you can draw little sort of geometric shapes, triangular type blobs. This one the most reminds me of how do I explain it? It's almost cave-like, but a strange cave that has no walls, only a floor and a ceiling. And as you reach the edge of the map, things get fuzzy and you're returned to a central space on the map. And then it just kind of continues and goes on and on like that. And these, I guess, would be stalactites or stalagmites type structures, formations that kind of extend down towards you and up towards you as you move past them. It's a really good chill out game. Chill out game or trip out game, if you know what I mean. You don't run into anything. These objects are all permeable. There doesn't seem to be any like physical properties or physicalities built into the game. You just like move right through everything. I'm trying my best not to give you a Blair Witch Project experience here with, you know, motion sickness and whatnot. think I'm about ready to look for that little transition ball. The guy just like fucked off somewhere. There it is. Come here, guy. Sometimes it's quite elusive, it wants to be difficult. Other times it just comes right at you. Sometimes it likes to hang out right behind you and you have to like twist your body around in order to keep looking at it, because that's how it eventually comes towards you, is if you just keep looking at it. You sort of beckon it forward. So this one has what I like to refer to as sandfish. There's these little bobbing shapes that, and they like kind of move more like dolphins, I suppose, like a school of dolphins. But they love to dive down into the sand and swoop back up into the sky. These little creatures have such interesting behavior. And it is like watching some creatures in the wild. You see them behaving a certain way and you find yourself imagining what could that possibly be about? What could that behavior be for? Are they doing that because it benefits them in some way? Are they communicating something? Does it? Are they hunting for something? Is it some sort of performative dance for mating purposes? No. I don't know. All I can do is speculate, because these are completely invented shapes that have a behavior that reminds me very much of some sort of organic life form. And these towers crumble. Whenever we come near them, they crumble. Perhaps if we did not move towards these towers, they might remain intact. I may have crumbled to them all at this point, so I don't know if we'll have an opportunity to find out. So here's some towers. I wonder if we don't go too close to them, if they will remain intact. They seem to be okay so far. keep moving like in a circle around them. If I move too far away, then I can't see them. These sandfish are very joyous. Their behavior is very joyous. At least, that is how I, as a human, interpret it. The human interpretation of the behaviors of other animals and creatures is kind of an interesting study when you think about it, because I feel like there's so much that we interpret in a way about other animals and just creatures in general that we sort of project our own perspective onto them. Like, I mean, there's a lot of examples, but the one that pops into my head is like, think of like hyenas. Hyenas are generally thought of as like being rather sinister in a sense, right? Because they laugh, because they make that sound, that laughing sound. Now what that sound means to them is probably something completely different than how we as humans hear it and interpret it. We hear that sound and it sounds like cackling, it sounds like evil, maniacal laughter. It sounds very sinister to us, and that's how we interpret it, because in the context of our own communications and interactions with each other, that's generally what it would mean. But what that sound means to a hyena, it has nothing to do with how we laugh or how we, how we are sinister in our intentions sometimes. So that would just be like one example, We project our own ideas of people and characters, personality traits, motives even, onto other creatures. I'm not saying it's like necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that humans do. And it's interesting. I find it interesting to just think about. It's a very like ghost-like effect. Or like no, not a ghost. More like a mirage. It's like a mirage effect happening on the horizon of this place. And it's quite lovely. It's almost like a smoky mirage. It's like smoky, kind of bleedy, like what ink pigments do. They bleed and across the surface. They bleed across the surface. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit too. I think it's time to transition to, it's probably like at at least one more place I wanted to see if I can get you guys to experience here. Alright, well, if we find our transition ball, there he is. Oh, came right at me this time, but it didn't take for some reason. Okay, there we go. It took this time. So this is another space that there's not like too much you can do. It's really just more about moving through the space and just, you know, experiencing whatever there is to experience. So having seen this environment before, most of the times there is these floating shapes that are different colors, and as you move towards them, they bend the shafts of the hairs towards them, and the closer you get, the more the color of that particular shape tints the world, the whole world around you. They sort of dance around, and the giant hair trees sort of bend to their will and dance around. And then we get a nice minty tint to our world for a little bit. Let's see if we can find another color. Though this one reminds me of a couple different things. Sort of like, it reminds me of a Salvador Dali painting. I think he did a lot of paintings where there's like a long flat horizon and then these long stretched out shadows, you know, from the sun being near the horizon. So that's the first thing it reminds me of. The second thing is, it sort of looks like a flea's eye view. Like we are this microscopic creature hopping around on the surface of a person's arm or somewhere else. And what would be tiny little hairs to a human view have become these towering, tree-like structures. Oh, here's like a purple? No, I think it's a red. Yeah, let's see that red one. Yeah, it's getting about that time to transition to a new environment though, for sure. coolest out of all the colors. It really, really stains our view into a brilliant red. Where did you go? That little ball is really annoying. It's being very elusive in this time around. There you are. Come on, let's go. Come on. Don't be shy. I think this one reminds me the most of a very bizarre type planet. And the shapes that you draw, they get sucked down into these pits that lead to who knows where. Even really large structures that you can draw still manage to get pulled in like this. The whole thing. Even these large structures that I didn't even make, they still get pulled in. It's a very strong force. And these coming from these pitted, these little recessions in the surface. It's even pulling down debris from the sky. Let's see if I can make something big here. And down it goes. Down it goes. That one was quite large. You look down into these recessions. What do we see? Some residual particles from the object that got pulled in there. There does seem to be a clear bottom to the pit. It's not too deep. And the objects get pulled in beyond what visual surface there is to see. The shapes that we can draw. They are different. They're more like constellations in this one. They don't make completely interconnecting sort of like triangle structures like in the other games. They're more, I don't know what the word would be. It definitely lays down less material when you touch and make that object. When it always gets contorted though, no matter what shape you make, it must contort to fit through whatever portals they're being pulled through, drawn into. Okay, everyone. I think this will be our last environment. I'll just start wrapping this video up. I hope you enjoyed this game. I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely good for relaxing. Kind of a good game to sort of play while you process, think about things, right? Process things in the background while you navigate these alien spaces in the foreground. Well, thanks for joining me, everyone. Thanks for sticking around to my old subscribers. Thanks for joining me to my new subscribers. I look forward to making more videos for everyone in the future. And look out for my 500 subscriber special coming out soon. We'll play a fun game. Alright, until then, bye.